UFO.ce5, an extraterrestrial contact. Download my new book, now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Apple, and 14 other platforms. Book authored by Donald Ledesma. CE5, Frequencies of Contact.
And Major Hector Quintanilla is now the chief of Project Blue Book. Major Quintanilla and Major Hector Quintanilla
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Alien Strand Podcast. I'm your host, Donald Ledesma, and welcome to today's show. Man, it's going to be an interesting one, man. I'm telling you, I was having a little bit of issues trying to get this podcast going on Rumble, but I had to take it off, put it back on, take it off. But anyway, welcome to Alien Strand Podcast. We're here live right now. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday afternoon, man. You know, it's been nice and cool. You know what? We've had the windows open 2 days in a row. Froze my butt off at night. I love the outside air. Amazing air. It's dry. I'm digging this. I could live in this weather all day, every day. I just loved it. Anyway, so I hope you guys are I got some stories to tell you guys today. Definitely got some stories, man. I'm glad you guys are out there. See who's out there. David Aleph. Hey, what's up, my brother? Thank you for being out there. I appreciate you watching. You are live on Rumble, live on YouTube, and we are live on Twitch. And let's see, what else we live on? Facebook. Hello. Yeah, here we are live on Facebook. So, I got some pretty interesting stories to tell you guys today, and it's just something that has happened to me recently, but I'll get into that here in a minute. I'm just kind of like, I gotta enjoy my cup of coffee, man. I gotta have my cup because that's what gets me going. 100 miles an hour. Let me take a sip. Excellent, amazing coffee. And you know why I'm drinking coffee? Because I love coffee. Remember, I told you guys I'm gonna be having a coffee. Well, this is my coffee right here. It's called America's Coffee, man. So if you go to america/coffee.com, go check it out. I am selling this coffee bean, man. It's amazing coffee bean. It's man, it's got amazing flavor. This is it right here. This is the bag right here. It's pretty heavy. It's a coffee bean. And you grind it yourself, man, and you just make some delicious coffee. I love it. Everybody digs it. People I've sold it to, they love it. Anywho's, so what has been happening with ufology today? Well, a lot has been going on with ufology, especially with the middle. Of course, the middle part 2. We already know that's out. It's a new poster now. It's not this one, but it's out on Amazon Prime. Go check it out there. With the middle part 3 is out as well. We just got signed on, licensed with two big companies, so it'll be all over the place, man. So hope you guys are watching it, man. I know we've been talking a lot about extraterrestrials, right? Bam, bam, bam. These little guys right here, they're the ones that have been actually drawing a lot of attention. Now, remember when I did this podcast on this guy, and and I was analyzing it, all this other crap that came out of it. They had me, man. They had me. All right, that's fake. Okay, just saw it on video. I think Heather or somebody else threw it out there, and somebody does it. They're by a trash can during the daylight. There's kids. You could see a head behind it. We tried to, we tried to break it down. It's some people are pretty good at these masks, man, and they do a great job as far as makeup and everything like that to make it look like it's freaking real, right? And we did talk about the extraterrestrials and how these crafts are out there and how their propulsion systems do work, right? And if you don't know how these propulsion systems work, well, Dr. Lear explained it because he talked to Bob Lazar about it. I got a little video clip for you guys to hear, to see. Check this out. Watch how he explains how this is just a real quick video, how this craft actually works. And I'm going to get into my story. Okay. So here we go.
This is the antimatter reactor, and this is where it sits in the middle of the craft. I view these to better explain what Bob told me how the craft worked. Now, this is the craft, and the little orange spot is where the antimatter reactor is. These are the gravity amplifiers, and what happens is they shoot protons into the 115, which bumps it up to 116,
right.
Which shows off antimatter, which is mixed with matter, and through a thermionic generator creates voltage out of heat. They then they're able to take it up to the center of the craft and down to the sides and into the gravity amplifiers and focus on a point in space, increase the amplification that pulls that space towards the craft. It wraps around the craft, and then they turn it off, and they're instantly hundreds of thousands of miles away.
All right. So you saw how he was explaining how that matter and antimatter work with the element 115, that it gets fired in there, it turns to 116. Basically, that's how these crafts have been working lately, right? UFO crafts. That's what we talk about. We say craft, ship. If you want to call it a ship, we'll call it a ship. But some things kind of intrigued me a little bit about that. Of course, I showed you guys my video that I caught the last week. Remember this video that I threw out there? I'm going to throw out there real quick. So this is the UFO that I caught above my house. I don't want to get too far deep into this, but it's just so some weird coincidences happened. Right. As this thing, I was watching it during the day, broke it down. Anibal broke it down for me. We're able to see, get a better picture of what this thing was as it was excelling and taking off away from me as I spotted it. Right. And if I would have caught it earlier, we would have got a nice, better view of this. These aren't stars. These are close by three UFOs right there above my head now. Right. So that was last week or a week and a half ago. Posted it, everybody jumped on it. Here we go. And then we started getting into this, right? So I started getting deeper into Juanito Juan and the
otro tapabón de boca para la gente que no cree en esto.
And the extraterrestrial, that what you just saw there, that was going across his backyard, right? And I broke it down for you on Patreon. So if you guys go to Patreon, join as a free member. After a few weeks, I do throw these up for free. But if you're a paid subscriber, you get to see it right away as it comes out, as I start doing analysis on this. Now I'm getting to this. So I started figuring out that extraterrestrial kind of looked like old Skinny Bob, right? To me, it had the same characteristics. The eyes, the head, the eyes, the dark eyes, everything that everything about Skinny Bob. We've all seen it. We've all wondered about it. And I was kind of putting it in my head that it looked like Skinny Bob, right? And because of the way the close-up of this facial characteristic of its head and of its eyes and things like that, right? So I started diving deeper and deeper into this thing as it was happening. Now, 2 or 3 days ago, I mean, I'm talking to my regular people, ufology, we're starting to break down a lot of things on our chats, on our Alien Strand Disclosure projects. We're a big old team, and we all do break down a lot of analysis and things like that. So I started kind of getting into uh, the conversations and things that was happening, right? So lo and behold, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I was in the kitchen and I was getting me a cup of coffee, of course, and Kelly tells me, "Hey man, what's that behind your leg?" I was like, "Where?" I always wear shorts. I'm that shorts guy. It'd be cold outside, and I'm wearing shorts. That's me. Anyway, so I said, "What?" She says, "That behind your leg," and I was like, "Okay." And so I took a picture of it, and I don't know if you guys are seeing it right there. It might show up, it might not, but that was what was coming up behind my leg. Right? It was it. I said, that looks like a triangle of something, some sort, right? Um, and I was like, I, I woke up like that because I started feeling like a little scratching sensation that day, that morning, and I didn't scratch it or nothing like that because I sleep in shorts and whatever. But I started noticing that that's what was that little triangle was behind my ankle, and I'm like, okay, uh, yeah. All right. So I do stories and I do a lot of analysis with people that have these same things happen to them. And I'm trying to tell you guys, this has never ever happened to me ever. Right? Not like that. And it's not like I worked probably about, I don't know, big job about a week ago, but that was fresh and it was already healing up. Right? So I was thinking, all right, what the hell is that? Right? I was started kind of looking into it, and it's very triangular, and mind you, I don't self mutilate myself. Okay, so I didn't do this. I'm not that type of person. Kind of a weenie when it comes to cutting and breaking a nail or your fingers or whatever. So that didn't happen. I didn't do this myself. All right, so I sent this to Ani Ball, good friend of the whole team of Alien Strand Disclosure Project, and I said, hey man, check this out. What do you see out of this? And he goes, okay, let me check it out. And he put it under his spectrum analysis. Now, do people do this? Sometimes they do. We usually do spectrum analysis mainly on electronic magnetic fields up in the sky when we see UFO on the ground, things like that. Right? No, we don't really put it on our skin. Honeyball does it every once in a while for people. I've seen him do it. Don't get me wrong. He does it. He does it a lot for other folks, and because he deals with the supernatural as well. He's dealing with a lot of supernatural people that are having issues with demonic, supernatural ghosts, things like that. So he's been using his analysis expertise on that thing. So anyway, he sends me back this video. Right, you're gonna get some little clicks, so don't worry, it's not you, it's the video. So he starts telling me I've never seen anything like this for it to glow that color in the inside of your leg. Taking a sip of coffee, sorry. And he says, I usually don't see that color. There's some kind of energy or something inside of that cut, right? Um, I'm a skeptic as well. I was trying to figure out, okay, wait a minute, I didn't feel nothing. I slept that night, or I've been sleeping the past couple of nights just hardcore. I sleep hard, like heavy. I'm deep in sleep. But this happens to be after I witnessed this UFO craft, right? A week prior. So I'm trying to break this down. How did this uh, thing happen in the back of my ankle? I've cut myself. I've scratched myself before. It's usually a gash of some sort, never in a triangular shape. I didn't stab myself with anything. I didn't burn myself with anything triangular. Uh, and I can't explain exactly what that is, right? Am I dealing with something that's paranormal or extraterrestrial? Is this what happened? Did something happen to me? I don't know. I don't remember anything, right? So as I start thinking about it more and more and more, I start thinking about, these, is it supernatural, right? So I'm going to show you a picture of this young girl in 2012. She said she was in a room by herself. Nobody was in there. And she takes this photo, and lo and behold, this supernatural being is behind her, right? Ryan Keaton, how you doing, my brother? And so she's getting something supernatural, right? This is a supernatural thing, some things that you can't see with the naked eye, but your camera will pick it up. These are the I mean, it's humanistic, spiritual. It's going to be out there, right? If you believe in ghosts and spirits and all that, why not believe in extraterrestrials, right? Same crap, same thing, man. It's not crap really, but it's the same thing as I'm trying to explain to you guys. What you're seeing here is a supernatural being that you could not see with your naked eye, right? Lo and behold. So why not believe in these things? Why? Why not? If we start witnessing things over and over and over, as far as look, I'm a podcaster. I've been doing it for a long time. I talk to people that have had deep issues and mind blowing things of what has happened to them, and I help them break these things down, and I help them through it as well as helping them explain what exactly happened to them. This is what I do for people. I've been doing this for a long time now, and I love what I do, and I love helping people. But now this has happened to me, right? Now, did something happen to me here? I don't know. I don't know. And I don't remember anything. Um, I did have a few restless nights and bumpy meow snoring way too loud. But so I started talking to another ASTP representative, and we started saying, well, maybe whatever these things are can pull you out of space and time, right? At that moment, it's in a different dimension. It just like me and John Dickinson were talking about how he was pulled out and he thought he was gone for 3 weeks, and he gets back and they put him back in the same spot, and his motorcycle's still warm, but he was gone for 3 weeks. So there is no space. There is no time for them. Time does not exist. It doesn't mean that you have a watch on. You don't see the little guys with watches on. So why not pull somebody out of their element? Why not experiment on something or someone? And why not put them back in that same timeline? Is that possible for them? Maybe. And these are the things that we try to explain, right? So Ryan Keaton's out there. Let's see what's he saying out there. Let's see. They know you out there trying to get the disclosure out. Exactly. And I think so too, Ryan. I 100% believe that they know what I'm doing, and maybe in some way, shape, or form, they're kind of reaching out to me in a sense to where, hey, we're watching you. We're watching you, man. So speaking of Ryan, now Ryan lives in San Antonio. He's got it's called a 210 UFO. He posts live of his UFOs that pop up above his house. He was on our film, The Middle Part 2, if you remember him on the film. And we actually catch a live UFO as we're talking out there, right? And it communicates with us. It does everything. Remember, all this started unfolding ever since I started shooting these documentaries, right? Yeah, in other words, I'm getting deeper into this rabbit hole, deeper, because now things are starting to affect me in some sort. Anyway, Ryan gets his beautiful Nikon P900, right, that he just grabbed because he's been using his phone. I've been telling everybody for a long time, get yourself a professional camera. You'll get better images. You'll be able to zoom in the quality. You'll be able to get better quality out of these images of UFOs. Now, he's been getting them from a distance. It looks like a little star. And by the time you zoom in, it's so pixelated, it's kind of hard to tell what it is. But when he used his P900, well, these are the images. This is the video that he got from it. Now, look at this thing, right? So if you really start paying attention to it, you're thinking, well, it's an orb. Might be an orb. I'm telling you, this is a good long way from him, maybe 2-3 miles up in the sky away from him. So you're able to zoom in with that P900 and get a better sense of a video. This is shooting live video. Look how close he is, and he's using a tripod. Now look, he's got a better zoom on that. You see this thing? and it's actually spinning, right? So he presented this video to us the other day. This is what he got off this professional camera. Look at this. Look how great this looks compared to your cell phone, right? Amazing, right? I love the way that looks. Can't get any better than that. Thank you, Ryan. That was beautiful, brother. And so we started. Anibal starts doing some analysis on this video as well, and he just wanted to show the electronic magnetic field around this, that it's not some sort of ball up in the sky, things like that, right? An orb, mind you, right? So here he goes. You can hear some clicking. This is coming from his video. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like some lasers or something shooting up on the bottom right from this, like it's scanning. And this is amazing video, man. If you're looking at this, this is an actual UFO up in the sky, San Antonio, Texas, by Mr. Ryan Keaton. Look at that. Zoomed in. You can see the electronic magnetic field around it. It's just full of energy. This thing is just glowing with energy. It's not a star. And it almost looks like it's shooting. This is a great analysis from Anibal. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Anibal. That was amazing. You can actually, it's like it's scanning the ground of some sort, right? Shooting some kind of a beam. You couldn't even see it with the naked eye until you started seeing what he did the analysis on. This is what's the great part about being in ufology and the analysis, because this is what they get out of these videos, right? This is what we all kind of, I just want to say kind of born to do in a sense, but and we're getting better and better at the analysis part of it. And Ryan Keith says, still working on it. Hey, you're doing a great job, brother. Just keep working with that camera, man. And just keep pushing in videos, because one day you're going to get an amazing shot that you never thought you would get. But mind you, what I did with the original video is this, and this is what I got. I cleaned it up with my cell phone. And as you can see, you've ever noticed these UFOs that have these little balls around them at the bottom that are spinning, and then there's a center ball at the very bottom? Well, this is exactly what this UFO is. So in other words, this UFO or UAP that is facing towards Ryan, which looks like an orb, it's actually a saucer turned sideways. This is exactly what we got out of it. This is what I got out of it, because I was able to see that and compare it to other UFOs that we've seen that have that similar shape. That's usually see it. The little balls are spinning underneath while it's cruising around, right? So this thing is actually spinning this way, right? And that's what you're seeing in his video, right? Of this thing. And the great thing about these cameras and shooting in these higher qualities is you can zoom in and it's not pixelated, man. You get a better quality. You know how you zoom into a picture, it's all it starts turning into squares and pixels. Yeah, you can't do that. It's not going to happen with a professional camera. You're going to get more pixels, better resolution, especially if you're shooting in 4K. All right. So I highly recommend using professional cameras if you're going to be getting into ufology. Try to get yourself something with a 25 megapixel or better. That way you can get yourself a better shot of a UFO. Now, speaking of a UFO, I'm going to show you this video, man. This is an amazing video that was caught. It's called World News or something like that. Not the World News that we talk about. I think it's UFO News or something like that. But check this thing out, and you're going to freak out when you see this real quick here. Is that amazing or what? That's a UFO. Back and forth, this high speed into this wall that's up there. Now, I don't know if you remember me talking to a gentleman. His name is Alec. A.L.A.C. Smith from the United Kingdom. Now he's got this large zoom lens that he shoots from probably his home or somewhere outside his home, and he sees this mountain, and he always sees activity going in and out of this mountain, and he's captured some amazing pictures of extraterrestrials or things that look like humanistic extraterrestrials, right? And this location that you're seeing looks exactly like his location. I mean, look at that. It's fast. Um, I don't want to say it's a drone. Um, it has the same colors, but the speed of it is quick. We might break it down just to be sure, but it just had me going there for a minute, and I just had to throw it out there just to show you guys that there's a lot of different activity that's happening out there. Let's see. Those lines were going in the direction as I was filming. Yes. So Ryan's talking about the videos that he was shooting. As far as that is concerned, on his videos. Now, and I've put this other picture out of this extraterrestrial. Now, the caption on this was that it was caught um, in a cave somewhere in a bunker in Arizona, in the Arizona desert. All right. So right now, this picture is going nuts, crazy inside of Alien Strand podcast page. Everybody's commenting on it, on how it looks. I mean, look at it. It's an ugly looking thing. And it's greasy, and it's hard to think that this is what these things look like up close. And if it does look like this, I don't want to run into one, really, in reality. They're just horrible looking, man. They're not pretty. They're not Ashtar. They're not Ashtar or whoever this General Ashtar is. Beautiful blonde hair. That don't look like no Ashtar. No, I don't think these guys are. These are the Zeta Reticuli ETs. I believe that's what these guys are. And I don't want to think that that's what cut my leg open, but it's a possibility that they may have got a piece of me. You know what I'm saying? Literally, on the back of my leg. And this is because of the disclosure that it's happening. It doesn't seem real to me. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't seem real to me, of that. And now I know how people feel when they get these three purple marks under their arm or on their chest or on their back, or these triangular shaped objects that leave these marks on them. And they're trying to figure out, how in the hell did that happen? Right. I am the same way right now. I am dumbfounded, right? I'm like, what the hell happened? How did that happen? And it's healing very, very slow. And as I talked about with other people as well, when they do have these kind of marks on their body, it does take a long time to heal as well, right? I've never had a super close encounter with a extraterrestrial, no, but I have had close encounters with UFOs, UFO crafts. Many of them. I'm going to say about 15 now, right? So this isn't my first rodeo, and when these things happen, I question everything, right? Because I this is what I tell everyone out there. I question everything because I want to put the doubt behind me, right? I want to make sure that there is no doubt, that concrete evidence and the concrete factors that is coming into play is what it is, right? And what is making this that happened to me, right? Seeing this UFO from that, back to a week later having this, right? How does that happen, right? And these are the factors that I try to push. I ask myself, do you think this may have been an extraterrestrial? It's a possibility, man. How do you not think that might have not happened. I'm not going to put it to the side. In other words, saying, nah, it's bull crap, whatever. No, I think something probably is happening, or they're trying to make contact somehow, one way or another, right? This is exactly what everybody's starting to witness more and more every day. Now I am part of that crew. I feel like I am, in a sense, that I am part of that crew, to know exactly what's happening out there, right? So, uh, the guys that saying it's freaky, they're just, it's kind of hard for me to read y'all's comments, but I'm just kind of letting y'all know that these things are real, right? Extraterrestrials are real. The things that happen to people are real. These things are real, right? Supernatural is real as well, right? And then how do we play factor to what these things actually are and are not? Could it be supernatural, demonic, things like that? Bad juju, right? Could this possibly be what's happening out there? I don't know. I mean, we haven't had no things breaking in the house, things like that, right? But you do get that kind of stuff as well with these guys too, right? And it kind of manipulates a spiritual entity as well. So, and this is the confusing part that a lot of people try to put together of what these extraterrestrials are, what they could be. Are they supernatural? Are they demonic? Are they a separate entity on their own? Which me personally I think they are. Um, is it us? No, I don't think it's us. I just think they're just something else, right? That's out there. The universe is grand and it's expanding every day. It doesn't stop. It's not like, well, there's a universe. That's it. No, it keeps going and it's going and it's going. It just keeps going and growing, right? So why not things just keep going as well, right? Start seeing these little guys more and more. New planets are born, you know, as millions and millions of light years from here, that things are starting to come together that we can't see, that we're just living in this lifetime, right? What if? What if these things are just coming into different timelines, pulling you in, pulling you out? Or they're just jumping into your timeline only. Only you could see me. Nobody else can. We've heard Billy Meyer talk about that. Ryan Keaton experiences that all the time. He sees these things all the time. Even when he's out these baseball field with the kids, he sees them out there. He says, nobody ever looks up, ever. Right. And he's constantly taking videos and pictures of these extraterrestrials, these craft, constantly hovering over his head at these baseball fields and everywhere in San Antonio, Texas. He says, nobody looks up. Why? They don't want to know. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to believe that these things exist. Yeah. As horrible as these little things look and ugly, and they're ugly, man. But have I made some sort of contact of some sort? As far as the physical part now, I've already made visual contact. I've put it all on film with my professional cameras on these films. I've seen it for myself. I've experienced it. I've talked to people who have experienced it. Now I'm starting to live it, right? Am I scared? No. I'm not, because I know that I can overcome this obstacle if it starts getting deeper and darker. And I don't have a problem with things like that. I'm constantly, I believe in God and everything like that. So that's just me. That's for me. And I do everything in my power to stay positive, keep the white light over me, keep everything positive. holy water, all that good stuff. It works, man. That stuff works. These little guys don't like that stuff. Kind of makes it look demonic, doesn't it? They don't like it. Yeah, it's kind of strange, man. But if you think about it that way, some of them don't. And it's because of the goodness that people have that they don't like, right? So a lot of these things have an agenda. Their agenda is to do what they're going to do with you, get it done, and leave, right? On some folks, they just keep coming back for you over and over. And as for myself, I'll just keep my eyes in the skies and keep looking, right? That's all you can do. The help is out there, though, for you guys. The help is out there. Alien Strand Disclosure Project, Ani Ball, everybody that works with Alien Strand Disclosure Project will help anyone out there, even myself. You reach out to me in Instant Messenger. I'm constantly on Instant Messenger talking to a bunch of people every day because they're wondering what is happening over their heads. Even on Alien Strand Podcast on their regular business page, people are going nuts over these pictures because they're starting to realize that these things are real and know that they're real. And that's what we've been trying to explain to so many people over and over, podcast after podcast, film after film. And we're just trying to get this to where people can understand exactly what's going on, right? And even my little small CE5 book that I did, it's not to make $1 million. No, it's not for that. It's for you guys to understand what's up there, what's out there, right? It's been happening for hundreds, thousands of years. Even the natives have been dealing with this for many, many years. Even people throughout the millennia, 250,000, 500,000, a million years, they've already finding bones from people from that long ago, right? Gets you wondering, what happened back then? Yep, Ryan says it's good to have a good group and people around while this is happening to you, because we're there to help you, and we're there to help you through this as much as possible, right? I hope you guys having an amazing day. I just wanted to kind of tell my story here because this stuff had unfolded within a week and a half or so. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around this. Now I'm starting to, but I will keep you updated if more things start happening to me or physical. Hell, might even try some regression. Maybe. Maybe I just don't want to know. I don't know, man. But just to think that these little guys exist and they're out there, man. They're out there waiting. And everybody's in our group's been talking over and over and over. Something's about to happen. Something's about to happen. Just like this huge UFO. I just love this video. Something's about to happen, man. These massive, massive mothership UFOs are coming in. And we're just trying to figure out, okay, what do they want, right? Like Juanito Juan, I was doing the podcast on Patreon. Go to the Patreon. Go join up for free, man. You'll see. I got another one coming up here soon on him. It's going to be about frequencies, sound, and how that connection is going to be connected with everything that he's been seeing and everything that resonates around us, right? As far as the earth, human resonance, things like that. I'm going to be on the next podcast on Patreon. Go join there for free, man. Go check it out. And you'll see that podcast exclusively just on Patreon. It will not be here. It will not be anywhere else. It'll just be there. I've already got 2 of them there. I'll be going on the 3rd one here probably tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be a really good one on Juanito Juan. I'm going to do some updates, but it's going to be frequency and how it resonates. And you're going to see an amazing video on him on that, how that sound is affecting him and many people. All right. All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's podcast. I enjoyed giving you this information as much as I could. Share this podcast with as many people as possible. Give me a like, give me a thumbs up, give me some hearts, share, man. And, let's get the disclosure out there. Go check out the films, the middle part 2, the middle part 3, the middle part 4. I'm working on it as we speak. That's going to be an amazing one, man. Every time I watch it, I get little goose pimples because that just tells you how good of disclosure this last film is going to be. It's going to be the last one, man. There ain't going to be no more. No more middles. That's it. They're done. It's done, man. So, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this podcast today as much as I have. Don't forget, grab some coffee, man. Grab some coffee because that's what I'm drinking right now. I love my coffee. Hell yeah. All right, guys. Have yourselves a good day. Have yourselves a good evening and have yourselves a good night. We'll see you later. Have a good one. Alligator.
And Major Hector Quintanilla is now the chief of Project Blue Book. Major Quintanilla, what are the objectives of Project Blue Book?
As I'm standing there, I kind of, it's a very hard feeling to describe. Skinny arms, skinny legs, but I could only see about half of this thing.
It was just an eye-opening experience. There was a ship coming over the house.
It was like a white light sort of thing that we saw. It was coming out of a cloud,